A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Right to the air is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
He's locked in early. Two nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw.
Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Let's ride, dog. Let's go. Let's go. Come on now. Let's go. It's showtime, baby. We're going to make a play, baby. Get him going, baby. Let's go.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Addison hauls it in.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. To throw is Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Another carry now for Madison. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake, Cousins.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Cousins.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
Touchdown!
Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And here's Isaiah Pacheco to return it. And able to get this out to the 25.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 2.
Now here's Mahomes.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Madison running left. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
On the return, it's Tony.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And a nice gain at 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Richie James, 29 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
They go play action. Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And Madison hit, and the ball pops free. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Play action now. Cousins. And it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins.
This is Alexander Madison out of the backfield with it.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting them first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, now an injured player down there, and this is not what you want to see. That's Justin Jefferson, who's having some issues. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison. A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down, but when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back, get through the line, and hit the runner in the backfield.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Back deep, Brandon Powell. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Now Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins.
Slant route, and he's got Addison.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. To the air again, it's Cousins. Got a man open, that's Harry. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Michael Dana.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Final play of the half, Cousins. His throw incomplete. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Working out of the gun, Cousins.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Reed, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 11 yards for number 11.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Touchdown! Jerick McKinnon taking it in.
And the Chiefs take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Kene Nwangu. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
There he goes, left side.
Loose inside the 30, inside the 10.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kadarius Toney.
63 yards. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
I got you, baby. Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this. We're supposed to catch that, baby. That's how we eat. Get him going, baby. Let's go, Lord. Let's go.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And out now come the Vikings.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 2nd down, Cousins.
Completes this to Addison out left.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On second down, this is Madison. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What do I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on third. They had more guys than they could block. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. They're rocking and rolling, but the scoreboard doesn't show a big difference. You know, maybe it's one of those games where coaches say you can't miss your turn on offense.
I like the way you phrased it, especially with that. I love that rocking and rolling because the explosions on offense are happening. So that's going to keep the crowd going. They're loving that. But defensively, they just can't get it together to get the stops they've needed in order to help increase their margin. They've got to find a way, but you're not counting on it. That's exactly what you said. Can't miss your turn, can't miss your opportunity.
Yeah, they're going for another opportunity now.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And this one out quickly to James.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Cousins to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Third and short yardage, Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Chris Jones on the stop.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Cousins.
They'll get this underneath to Madison.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Off the play fake, Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Nick Bolton
Able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing is Cousins.
over the middle and hauled in by Osborne. So pass interference, the call there, always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now a throw here to his running back. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
This one caught by Osborne, right side. And he will have a Vikings 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
You want to put together a long drive? You've got to be able to convert on 3rd down, and they've done exactly that on this one. Sure enough, came up with another conversion right there.
1st down. Here's Cousins. Pass incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. To throw is Cousins.
To Jefferson on the slant. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Madison will score. Touchdown, Vikings. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's Mahomes. James has got it. Complete.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. On 1st down, Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Cousins now. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give to Madison. And he is going to lose yardage here. Throwing, Cousins. Completes this to Jefferson. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Now Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Here comes Tony on the return. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can.
You're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? and he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes. Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
This is 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
Down to the 25. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Here's 2nd down. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.